Hello everybody, Laura here. So this is day 40 of the 100-day project, and I have a 12 by 12 scrapbook layout for you guys. And I decided I was going to try to scrap lift this scrapbook page I had found on Pinterest. And I really like the layout, so I really wanted to recreate it. And I'm going to be using I have the 12 by 12 paper pad and the 12 by 12 cardstock stickers for the Simple Stories Faith, and I really love the colors of this collection. And so in the layout from Pinterest, they had a larger circle. I don't know if there's a punch or a die. I just have this circle punch. So in the layout, which I will get added to this video so you guys can kind of see what it is, and I don't believe that it said a name. Excuse me, I don't believe it said a name of who created that scrapbook page. Otherwise I would definitely let you know. So I just have these smaller circles, so I end up doing 4 across instead of just 3. And I think it does make it look just a bit more busier than the layout. And you'll see throughout the entire video, I go back and look at my phone several times to check and see, because I'm trying to follow it pretty closely, because I really liked the layout. I didn't really want to do a whole lot as far as trying to make it my own. I really wanted to stick with that. And so I've taken the circles and I've got them laid out, and now I'm just going to go around and do like a doodly border around each circle, as well as a border around the entire 12 by 12 layout. And I really like how it turned out. It does have a lot more going on the page than I normally have. I usually have a little bit more white space and splatters on my pages, but I do really like how this turned out. And this video is a bit longer than a lot of my other videos. This particular layout did take me quite a bit longer because, of course, I kept going back to looking and I wanted to follow it completely. As well as you'll see also in the video, I was also getting several text messages, so I was having to answer back. And and I'm using this photo of me. This was just a selfie I had taken, and this was probably around 10 years ago. And yeah, so, and whenever I completed the layout and my daughter saw it, and she was like, she kind of looked down at the picture, looked back up at me, looked down at the picture, and then she was like, "Are they even going to recognize you?" And I was like, yeah, I don't look that much different, but, 10 years definitely, and I was like, I was 23 in this picture, like, it wasn't that long ago, but, good old days. So I had put the picture on some cardstock to give it a white border, but then I had realized in the photo that there was, a lot of stamping and stuff around the photo, like on some white cardstock. So I just cut the edges off, and then I went back around, and you could see in the photo they had like some stamping and stuff going on. So I'm just going to take a bigger piece of cardstock, and I'm going to get out my stamps, and I just have this little container I keep on my desk with these like little stamps. There's a lot of them that were like the Heidi Swap, and they have like all these different words and little icons and stuff. And then I have another one that I'm not sure where it comes from or who's made it, and you'll see it here in just a second. That one there, and it says like brilliant, and it has this bicycle and stuff on it. So I am going to be using my archival ink, and I'm just going to stamp around it. I left a little, quite a bit of this part in, but I'm just trying to get some words and a couple of icons and stuff stamped around my photo. And I really like how the layout turned out. It all of these little details. Normally I don't. When I'm scrapbooking, I feel as though when I'm filming my scrapbook layouts, not only just because I'm filming, but I know that, you know, the phone that I film on, it's an old phone of mine that I use. And one of the reasons I got a new phone is because it doesn't keep a charge for very long. So I only have like 3 or 4 hours tops of being able to film at all before I have to stop and go and recharge my phone. So generally when I sit down at my craft table, I can usually get 2 videos filmed before I have to go recharge my phone. So I know that I'm kind of limited, so I kind of, you know, speed through a little bit. I don't take the time to add in all these other little details and stuff. So doing this scrap lift, it really helped me to just, you know, even though it was going to take longer, I decided to go on ahead and just do every little detail that I could about the layout. And I just did a little doodly border around that. I'm going to cut that out. And I really love this collection. I love the colors in the Simple Stories Faith collection. And I'm not super religious, but I'm religious to an extent. I mean, you know, everything that I put on the page, you know, I'm down with it. I'm not like highly against it. And, you know, if anybody's watching this and you're not, and, you know, I hope it doesn't offend you or anything like that. But yeah, I really love this product line, and I wish I had the ephemera. And I know there's a lot more stuff out there. There's like 6x6 paper pads, 6x8s, and I was looking through my stuff, and I realized I do actually have another sticker sheet in my stash that I didn't know I had that went with this collection. So the next time I make a layout using this collection, it will I will be able to put it to use. I don't think it made much of a difference, though. I mean, I got a lot of what I wanted to put on the layout just from the paper pad and the cardstock sticker sheet. So I've just used a couple of papers to map my photo on, and I do go with my gel pen, and I add a doodly border to each layer of paper that I add behind there. And I just got those gel pens off of like AliExpress, I think, and I just really love them. They've got a nice like needle point tip, so it's really fine line of gel pen. And I decided to take those 2 circles off because they were just going to get covered up anyways, and I pulled out my tab punch. I love that punch, and I try to use it a lot more often, but I'm glad I got to use it on this layout. And I'm just going to create a couple of tabs to go to hang off the side of the photo mats there. And you'll see throughout this video I tap my fingers a lot, just trying to think of, what do I need to do? What am I doing next? And I decided to do one in yellow, just to kind of bring the colors all around. And so I apologize, here's where I'm texting my husband. But luckily when the video is sped up, it goes by really fast. So just going to stick the tabs down. And this photo is, I'm not sure what it was printed on. It had a different feel. And obviously I had printed it a long time ago. I'm not sure if I printed it off of my computer or where I had printed it, but it just didn't feel like a normal photo. So I am going to Let's see, what do I do next? I'm bringing out the sticker sheet, and I'm going to add this sticker at the bottom that says search, ponder, and pray. I'm going to add some foam to the back of my photo, and this is just the like really thin, cheap foam from Dollar Tree, I believe, so I've got to add the adhesive myself. I'm going to get that stuck down, and I'm trying to find a couple of little words or phrases that's going to go on my tabs there. So I hope everybody is enjoying their summer. The kids are out for the summer. We are not really doing much. It's just the beginning of the summer so far, so we're kind of just sitting around, you know, kind of hanging out, watching a lot of Netflix. I'm getting a lot of craft projects done. Every day I try to get in here and create something, so I'm really enjoying that. And getting caught up on all of my editing and doing my voiceovers and uploading, and I'm scheduling my videos so that you guys just have them. Last month in June, I had a video come out every Monday and Thursday, I believe. And since it's the summer and I'm able to get a lot more projects done and have a lot more time to get stuff for the month of July, or no, it was the month of May that I had Monday and Thursday. So the month of June, I've been able to have videos uploading on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. I'm not sure if, you know, later on this summer, if I plan to, you know, do more than 3 days a week. I'm not sure. So, I just hope you guys are enjoying being able to get a video from me every so often. So here, there was this part at the bottom, and there's just this piece, and I just cut some white cardstock, did a doodly border, and now I'm just punching out some hearts using my Martha Stewart heart punch in the different colors, and I'm going to go on ahead and get those stuck down in a second. And when I'm sticking them down, I ended up getting some of the double-sided tape on my craft mat, and then I ended up sticking that pink heart on top of that. And so you'll see in a second, it got like dirty looking, and I was trying to rub the tape off, and it just kept looking, you know, dingy. So I ended up taking that pink heart off here in just a second and replacing it. And I actually tried for a second there. You see I was rubbing pretty hard and it still wasn't looking good, so I replaced it. So yeah, I really like this layout. It got me to use my stamps. I used my punches, and really getting to use the product that I have in my stash. So I added some foam to the back of that, and then on the layout there are two little strips below that have phrases on them. One of them is a little bit shorter and the other one's much longer. So I'm just going to create those, and I'm trying to use that scrap of the blue paper there with the script writing on it. Just kind of using up what I can. And I decided I needed to pop that one up, so I do add some foam behind the longer sheet there. And I find a longer phrase to go on that one. So currently, right now, another thing that I'm getting done today, just kind of talk a little bit about what else is going on in life instead of the layout, because it's kind of self-explanatory, adding stickers and whatnot. So in going on in life right now. So we have, me and my son, we have been diagnosed with, I guess you could call it, it's an autoimmune disease. It is called hidradenitis suppurativa, I believe is how it's pronounced, but it's short for HS. And it's actually something that I've dealt with pretty much my entire life since I was in 4th grade or so, but I didn't get diagnosed with it officially until probably about 5 years ago. And you can look it up if you want. It's a really painful and horrible disease that affects your skin. And so I've been dealing with it for a long time, but recently my son has been diagnosed with it as well, and turns out it's actually a hereditary disease, which I did not know, and so it really makes me sad to know that he has to deal with it as well. But we are trying to deal with it. There are surgeries that can be had. There's basically where they say you can take antibiotics for pretty much the rest of your life. I went to so many doctors. I've done so many things, and it still just nothing has really worked. I've not done the surgery, and there's a lot of medicines that they try to prescribe to me, but it worries me because a lot of these medicines that they're wanting to prescribe, they have a lot of way worse side effects, and it really freaks me out. My son is highly afraid to do the surgery. So what we are going to try to do is, recently they've tried to do a few studies, and they have found that with it being an autoimmune disease, and it's something that affects your your gut, your stomach, dietary. So we are trying to do this elimination diet. So I've got to cut all of this stuff out of our diet. So I am trying to go through and find recipes and things, because we cannot have any dairy, we cannot have yeast, gluten, there's so many things. So I will update about that a little bit more in the future, and I'm just adding a few little things to the layout. And so thank you all for watching, and I've got some photos coming up, so be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.